Hello?
Who the fuck you go to the show with last night?
I didn't go to the show last
All right.
Nice. Can you start rolling?
Hold up, let me put my phone on silent.
Oh yeah, it's on silent. We don't want your shorties calling, bro. You know what I mean? And then it's like, hey, I was on the podcast. and then they're releasing files.
Hey. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We go. Fellas, what's happening, man?
Hey,
We're back. It's been a minute, man.
A minute too long.
Our new spot, you know what I mean? This is
Like the new features as well.
I know, right?
You know what
Like,
I'm saying? It just feels...
it's coming together.
Yeah,
It's coming together. I think the interesting part about this is persistence, bro. Like, you know where we started? Like,
started from the bottom, now we
Let
them know.
We gotta go through it. This bro is crazy, man. Like,
Let them know.
and that's the thing about, I think, persistence. When you like,
Things fall into place.
things fall into place somehow,
Yeah.
some way. Like they always come together.
It just works out.
You know what I mean? Because nobody would have thought, like, from what we were planning, like, okay, let's do the podcast, whatever, that would be in our own spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the lights we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, man, what's been happening, man?
Hey.
I think a lot has happened
Since we lost mate, eh?
Hey.
bruh. Like, where do we even start? I mean, I was maybe we can start with like what's happening right now, right? With like the either the COVID stuff or you know, like
Third wave.
the third wave. You know what I mean? Like, we thought this thing was just gonna be here and gone, but it's like it's not. It's
an ongoing struggle.
Yeah, it's an ongoing thing. You know. But and the vaccine thing going on, like the vaccine's now out. People are.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is, there was a time we were crying for the vaccine, right?
Yeah.
Like, we want the vaccine. Now it's here. Everyone is like, hey. Let me wait and see. Like,
I want to see the side
how's
effects first.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
So,
I
like,
hear you.
what's your opinion on that? Like, the vaccine. Are you guys getting the vaccine or
I've registered for the vaccine.
did you?
Yeah, registered for the vaccine, but I don't think I'm gonna get the vaccine yet.
What's the process? Like, what are you saying? Like,
Yeah, because
so-
I'm actually shocked that you already
Yeah,
you
so
can register.
our medical aid basically told us that if you want to register for the
yeah.
you can register for the vaccine. So I've registered for the vaccine, but I don't know if I'm going to get the jab just yet. I think I still just want people to...
And we were talking about this the other day, right? We were just having a conversation about the vaccine and the conspiracy theories around it. Like, apparently, like, when you take it, the side effects alone are enough to scare you, like, to not take it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What are the side effects?
no, they say it hasn't been 100% tested.
Yeah.
Like,
But also the process behind it, because I was talking to a friend and she was telling me that before you take the vaccine, they tell you to drink paracetamol and then you don't eat the day before.
the weirdest, the funniest one was, Q, when we're talking about you need to be like abstain or for a few.
Abstain
All right.
from conjugal activities for however long.
I'm like, hey, I don't know about that. It's not enough to scare anyone. Like,
You know what I'm
what?
saying? Like it's...
You can take away everything else. You know, you can lock us in. You can, but
Yeah, I'm surprised that's the case, eh?
dude, like,
surprised. I didn't know.
But
it's
also,
crazy.
I think like this whole thing is just so stigmatized because if you continue watching all the things that are happening on social media, you just get so scared.
right.
just-
And
What you mean?
Thinking.
What things are happening on social
So,
media?
for example, not that I believe it,
Yeah.
but I was watching a video where somebody got the jab, and then they took a magnetic.
I saw
thing,
that.
yeah,
I saw
and then
that. I
it's
saw
sort of
that.
like-
And it was
Yeah, stuck to them. So seeing things like that just makes you think twice about.
You know what I mean? Whether it's true or not, right?
Yeah.
Just the fact that there's stories like that where, you know, it's something that could literally
yet to be
affect you.
confirmed.
The homie over here has
Yeah.
a cousin who actually did that test to his patient. And
Did it work?
It worked.
What?
I'll give you a cut off to the homie right over
You
here.
lie, bro. What? So it's a real thing.
So it's
And
not
that-
even.
What?
Oh.
So that was just after the vaccine.
Oh.
Okay, that changes it totally, right?
So we can't say we don't believe it anymore.
Yeah. That's facts.
So you
That's
become
facts.
like magnetic, like you can.
No, but you know, for me, it's just like I won't lie. And,
Yeah.
You know, I'm just on that tip of like I'm fairly healthy, young. So I'm kind of on that tip of honestly.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see how people respond.
This is
Yeah,
my opinion.
honest.
right?
that's my vibe as well.
This is my
Honestly,
opinion,
man,
and you
tip.
can't quote me on it, but it's, dude, like if you're healthy, right, and you're living right and whatever, like you can fight some of these things without necessarily having to take a vaccine that is going to change your entire, DNA, whatever the rumors are, right? I understand for the older people that, maybe are more at risk,
Yeah.
but I think you still have to have the choice to get it or not. Like, it's up to you. Like, because also, the other issue that I have is where they're saying we're not going to force it on people. Right?
Yeah.
But you can't travel
But-
apparently.
But
Some-
yeah, but
some
that's
places won't
like
allow
where
it.
the private, corporate and all those different entities force you to indirectly because I need to travel. I need to.
Yeah.
So you'll
There's
say,
so much that you need to do.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm just not. I'm still watching. You know what I mean? We'll see. Like once Lance gets his if the own develops a third leg or then we'll decide to take it or whatever. But that's another thing that I think we just need to keep watching.
But like I think with COVID, it's also like a huge mental thing because
right.
with a lot of people that I know that have tested positive,
Yeah.
it's more of a mental struggle and a mental battle
Because of all the
Right.
effects and stuff like that.
because of all the effects and everything like that. So I think for you to defeat COVID itself, I think mentally you need to
be strong.
Yeah, you need to be very
That's when the whole mental health conversation becomes a thing, right? Where it's like you have to be mentally strong. You know what I mean? And I like the fact that if you look at society generally, taking care of your mental health is becoming a real thing. Where it's like you have to check in. Like it's okay to go see a therapist. You know what I mean? Like
It's just like that that whole tennis chick. I don't know her
Naomi
name.
Osaka.
Yeah, because she pulled out of the French Open. because
What
of
was that?
Yeah.
That was the whole thing that I was highlighting as a topic. Is she
Yeah.
pulled out of a whole competition because apparently her mental
Yeah.
health too. Apparently she's going through anxiety. You're the tennis guy.
I'm the
you
tennis
should-
guy,
You can
and-
walk
Yeah,
through
you-
the
you
facts.
know the
I
story.
actually drop the facts, bro.
I don't want to say anything about that situation particularly because I don't know. I feel some type of way about
it.
Okay.
And I think my comments are not, or my opinion should not be open to the public.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Nah, the people
I
need
think,
to know,
yeah.
bro.
yeah, but I think my stance is mental health is a serious thing. I think it's highly important that we prioritize our mental health and mental well-being. But also with how she sort of, how everything transpired with Naomi as well, I think it was very interesting. But I think also it's like, I think she prioritized her mental health. Let me just say.
Is it?
Yeah.
That was she pulled out for.
She pulled out of the French Open. So a few days before the tournament, she said that she won't be doing media interviews. So as you know, like post-match interviews, she decided that I'm not going to do it. And then they find players that don't.
Okay, it's like the NBA thing when you don't do the post-game interview type
And
thing.
she was cool with it.
Yeah. So she was like, nah, it's cool. You guys can take your 15,000,
Hey
20,000.
man, I love when people do that. It's like, hey,
Just
do what
take
you
it.
want to do.
But then when she played her first round game, she actually boycotted the interview, right? As she said.
Yeah.
And the organizers of the tournament said that they had warned her about it and they've told her that she's going to face disqualification. So it became like a standstill, like that. Since you guys are going to disqualify me, then I might as well just pull out.
Have you got any idea or indication what was causing the anxiety?
So she says that it's something that she's battled since 2018. So in 2018, she won her first US Open controversially. I was very sad because I'm a huge Serena fan. I'm also a Naomi fan, but
didn't Serena beat her or she beat Serena? She did,
Serena.
right?
Yeah, she beat Serena. So
Shikes.
it was a very tough match to watch because there was a lot of controversy around it. She played very well. But also, I think the backlash because of the amount of love and support that Serena gave made it very difficult. And you could understand her sentiment and where she's coming from. But,
guys, stay off social media.
Bruh. My whole thing is, I think we need to be having the conversation, right, on what actually mental health means and its role in just your daily well-being, right, or your general well-being. And the fact that you have a lot of pioneers. I mean, I was watching The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
With Charlemagne and them, where they like,
and he's always pushing.
he's always like a pioneer
always,
for it.
yeah.
Right, going to therapy,
especially
and,
amongst males.
right?
Yeah, especially amongst males, and I think
it's crucial.
But you know what my thing is? I think also the manner in which us as a society are going about things, because I see it also in when with my interactions with young people. Let me say it like that: is that we don't have the mental steel, the character, to face adversity. And I feel like the problem for me, the way I'm seeing things, is we have this whole participation medals. Where it's like, you can come in 9th, but we're going to look at you like you came in 3rd. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
we need to begin to, I remember like when we did a presentation in honors. And it was a competition. It was called the Equity Challenge. So we did a presentation on ShopRite, right? And we were amongst the top 3. And my group was actually called Group 1.
Right.
But Group 2 actually came in 1st place, and we came in 2nd. And the crowd was crazy because they were like, you guys were the ones that actually killed it. All the group members like were on par. You know what I mean? So people were like shocked, like why we didn't get number 1. And when I was speaking to my lecturer who was giving out gifts, and the guys who came in number 1, they were actually giving them like satchels, and there were things inside the satchels. And I saw there was like an extra satchel, and I was like, sir, can't you just hook us up? You know what I mean? And that guy totally ignored me. He pretended like he couldn't hear me. But I knew what he was saying. He was basically saying, you didn't come in number 1, so how can you get the rewards of number 1?
Right.
So you see the thing about this whole participation medals thing is like we're rewarding people who haven't come number 1. So when people fail, they don't understand why they haven't managed to win, or there's this complex of but I'm entitled to something. But in real life, if you don't perform, if you don't deliver, sorry. This is reserved for who comes in number 1. You get what I'm saying? And that's when, so you see, people don't have that character to say, okay, I lost, but I'm going to get up and I'm going to try again, and eventually I'll make it. And I feel like that's the reason why a lot of us are suffering, that we have a spirit of entitlement. And it's because we don't have character to say, okay, I failed this time, but I'm going to get up and make it happen next time. People just fall and they don't get up.
Do you go for therapy?
I've once been to therapy, but I'm not currently in therapy.
I'm planning on going.
But it's a good thing.
I need to talk to someone. I feel like
I feel like
it's
it's needed. Like,
but
bro,
I've gone for therapy before, but I think
same here.
now when I'm a bit older, I feel like
you know what? The funny thing about it is when you've been to therapy, you actually be like, I actually want to do more of this because I just want to understand myself as a person. Like, how am I wired?
Correct.
One of the things that I picked up, I started to see, I'm a second-born child. What does that mean? We are, because I'm literally the middle child. Got my older brother, younger sister. So younger sister's literally the princess of the house.
Right.
And then I'm like the second son. So it's like, okay, that's just another boy. First son, that's the heir to the kingdom. That's the heir to the kingdom. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like
against the same attention.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the other side. So that's why it's kind of like I'm naturally an independent person. And what I realized with the problem with that is that in life you can't do everything on your own. You need people. 100%. And I needed to then rewire to say, hey, I actually need help with this. Because even if you can do it, you're not going to be the best at it. So it's better to actually ask someone to do that you know is better than you. So
correct.
That's the beautiful thing. Once you go, you're gonna be like, actually.
No, I think it's important generally, and that speaks to a lot of men as well. Because I think it's something we brought up some time back. Where we're saying like, as men, it's taboo to talk about your emotions, how you feel, and stuff like that. Because you know, you have to be tough. And even as a child, when you're born and you're growing up as a boy,
you're already channeled. Like
you're told, listen, get up. There's no time to. If you fall,
why are you crying? Why you
don't cry. You know, keep it moving.
True story.
So that's the kind of mentality we have. Whereas women generally, like, you're taught to be in touch with your emotions. Like you're, given the attention you need to stay up there. And that's something I think we need to continue to build on as men, to be open about our emotions and how we feel. And these platforms, I think, are very good for that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Where you can really express how you feel.
But I think one of the things that I just would like to encourage is that I think men need to talk to men.
Yeah.
Because I think
yeah.
we're living in a world now where society is telling men how to be.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And these people
right.
haven't been men. So it's like we need men to actually reach out to younger men and say, don't worry.
Yeah.
You'll get where you need to go. Just stay on the track. Do this, and the third. Because a lot of the time it's, he'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. And then men get frustrated because it's like, I'm trying, I'm doing all this stuff and it's not popping off. You know what I mean? So I think it's a thing of where men need to reach out to men and engage each other because we can understand each other on a certain level.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just, we understand how we wired.
And good example. This is actually side note. Remember that story of this guy? It's unfortunate he's got my name, right? I was like, hey, why did he have to be Derek? Like, the guy who was this, he was like this relationship coach guy. Derek something.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Dude, you know what the problem with that cat was? Hey, people were having a field day with that man.
Oh, bro. Did you hear about him?
No, this guy, I mean, he was talking about how, he was basically talking trash about guys who cheat.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys who will be telling you like women. He talks to women, like women. You need a man who's like this, like this, like this, like this. Look out for this. When a guy is doing this, that means he's not serious. Blah blah blah. He's that guy, like the sellout guy, like he's a simp guy, right?
He's a sellout guy.
And then now he finds himself in a situation where he's married. That's the starting point.
Yeah.
But he has side items, not one.
Multiple. Yes, sir.
Right? And it's not side items where, okay, you're flirting with the side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know how guys are sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, you need that release, whatever, right? Not to justify it, but it happens. And he was actually like having, physical interactions with these women.
Yeah.
Right? And then it all comes out. The funniest part was, so he goes on this thing and it's kind of, he does an interview with his wife and he's gripping her, bro. Like, so this is what happened, bro. I was unfaithful to my wife. Whoa. Cool. So he gets backlash naturally, like because then he does another interview where he's interviewing himself as the third person. Say, oh, so Derek messed up here and here and here, but this is how that happens. Kind of justifying himself in like third person. It's like, bruh, just take the backlash.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? And I think that's where I think men generally have to be honest with ourselves,
but
like where we are.
Do you think he will recover? Do you think the man will recover?
I think after that, it's like, I
He
thought you
needs to
just
get out.
like
He needs to go and get a job.
he needs to go.
It's over now. Do you know what the thing about it is? I think, you know what, it's I'm sure there've been occasions where men have been telling women, this is our shortcomings and what, and all that. But the problem is, don't come judging me and saying I'm trash as a man and stuff. That was the problem, because you basically was acting like a holier than thou. And that's the thing that we need to chill up on.
And that's what a lot of personally, I don't condone that whole I'm the love guru type thing. I've got to figure out if you like, we're all human. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like people learn a lot more, yes, from advice, but life experiences. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
Well, now, when you paint yourself as the know-it-all, now you set the standard too high.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? And when you fall,
everyone
is like, you know what I mean?
When the stones
so
breaking the glass house.
I was just like, yo, I'm glad I'm not that guy.
You need to be careful when you live in the public.
Correct.
As well. You just need to be careful.
Correct. And just be real. You know what I mean?
That's the most important thing. I think
don't
realness
get front.
is just what's lacking.
Right? With a lot of it's hard to find real people who are real. And that's that was funny. But what else happened, man? It was like
you got the a.k.a.
Hey, I don't know. Do you want
we saw what happened when somebody said something about a.k.a. on the podcast.
And I saw an interview and he's saying, I'm telling all, but I'm not telling all. I was confused after I watched the interview. Like, I thought I figured out what happened, but after the tell all, I was more confused. Like,
I know. I think that's where a lot of people are at.
Were you not in the room?
You know?
No, all I can
pulled
say
back.
is that there's more to that story than Mr. I.
It's
That's
tricky,
what
man. It's
all I
tricky.
can
It's
really
tricky.
say.
I think
Yeah,
I share the same sentiment.
And
It's just-
as Lance says, the rest of my comments are not for. you handled that well. Man. You handled that
no,
well.
that's a nice one. But now I'll talk about it. Like, the thing is, this is the thing, right? Because somebody lost their life, I feel you have no choice but to be very forthcoming.
yeah.
Okay.
You know, as a human being, forget you're this superstar, forget whatever, right? Like, it was a public relationship, everyone knew it, and whatever. You recently just got married, right? It's a beautiful thing, and you took the support.
Yeah.
You know, you took the comments, the congratulations, or whatever.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Yeah.
You need to take the heat
Hey.
and say your piece. Like, yo, this is what happened. Because now it creates more questions. Like, okay, why are you not?
Yeah. No, this is what I always say to,
Yeah.
like, usually when my a lady will say, Ish, I want to tell you something. And then they're like, never mind. You know? It's like, or they start the story, but then they're like, I can't tell you everything.
This, yeah.
It's like, we don't want half stories here.
You
Go all the way or you leave.
Or you leave it. Exactly.
You see what I
You're
mean?
better off.
Yeah.
And that's what I think.
I was just like, who's around him? Like, who's around this dude? Like, who's advising this on? Like,
Yeah.
get on there and say nothing. Like,
Yeah, no, dude.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you might as well like
Withhold.
But once you put yourself like this is a tell-all, the world is watching and people want to know. And I like the fact that even the interviewer in that interview like was very straight up.
Yeah.
She didn't like, he didn't like warm up to it, or he just went straight. What happened?
Yeah.
Because that's what we needed to know.
But could you see that he started like chilling out? Like not hitting, because I think he could see that I'm going to end up, it's going to be a thing of I'm now against you instead of,
dog.
trying to get this. Because
I
I'm
don't think
telling
that's
you,
what happened.
I think he eased up on him. Because when he first started, it was like, straight
I
question.
feel like some of the questions that he tried to ask were based on the fact that he wasn't getting the answers that he was expecting. So he was just like, for the sake of peace.
No.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
He got to a point where he's like, I'm not getting anything out of this guy.
And if he had continued to push, and if he had continued to push, it would have been a thing of Aubrey against Derek. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where it's like now we're just arguing and fighting each other, and that's what you don't want as an interviewer. Because I'm sure this guy's gonna close up.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? And then it's like, you know.
Yeah. Now it's an interesting situation, and I just think the lessons from it for me were just that. Listen, man, being famous, right?
Yeah.
Is a secondary thing. You're human first.
Yeah.
Don't ever forget that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like before this whole thing, right? The dude was almost untouchable in a way.
Yeah.
And you have this persona where you're this big artist, tough guy, whatever. And then life hits you. Boom. Let's say you didn't plan it.
Yeah.
And you need people to be human with you.
Yeah.
Right? But the first thing is everyone's like, he's on drugs, or this one.
That was the
response.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
response.
And that's something I think you need to never lose. The more famous you get, the more in the public domain.
But that's
or whatever.
where we salute Jay and Beyonce, and I know there are many others like that.
But even
where
them,
you
the
say,
elevator thing, we
with Solange.
but that's
you know
because
what I'm saying? Like, you like zoom in, like, wait, is this?
Chris Rock said,
but obviously that tape was released by someone. You get what I'm saying? Like, as in trying to live your life privately.
Think about it.
You get what I'm saying?
I get that, right? But the age we're in, people don't buy into the persona.
Yeah.
They buy into the person.
Yeah.
Right? And I think people are a bit more understanding when you're forthcoming.
Yeah.
Because they're
That's
like,
true.
we know Jay-Z. We know, he was having issues with his item. Like, it happens. Like,
But
my aunt also, you know what I mean?
That had to be communicated because the tape was out. You get what I'm saying? My whole thing is like, if you look at, even if I'm to use Nas as an example, he's not living, he's not sharing his whole life with you over Instagram, showing you, taking pictures of his kids and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I think that as a famous person, whatever your thing is, try and make your personal life private. and you know,
but
the
it's
rest
very
of the
hard
stuff,
for them
it's
to do that.
hard. It's hard. But
dude.
look, the problem is
Not
when you're
now.
famous, we own you. That's how people are. We own you.
True.
So if you start to do something that seems out of character with your persona, we start to judge you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that's why I'm like, if you want to protect yourself, if you want to protect your kids, if you want to protect those around you, my stance would be try and live your life privately, and that which the fans need to know, which is related to your craft,
Right.
Yeah.
share that with the world. You know what I'm saying?
But it's
that makes
hard.
You know, it's not easy. It's not easy.
It's a hard
It's
thing
not easy.
because, dude, I think someone who's been very successful at doing that, right, connecting with the people as a person, is maybe to start locally, right? A guy like Casper, for example, right, where
Okay, yeah.
he's an artist, yes, but he hits you with real life stuff, and I hate to a.k.a. Casper, but I'm saying, like, in terms of, I don't get the vibe that Casper is having a different life than what you're seeing, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's always posting on his social media, he's always showing what he's doing on a daily, like, you kind of, okay, he stays with this guy, what's that guy who works for him, whatever, like,
His cousin.
and all of that. You kind of get the real side, you know, okay, this is kind of the life that the person lives, right?
Yeah.
And this is not to say people should be nosy and whatever, but I think it's easier to relate to somebody who you think you kind of understand. You can relate to, oh, he's got cousins, he's got, do you know what I'm saying? So if something
walking his
happened,
dog,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, then you can like, but also me, my cousin, like, I know what he's dealing with. You know what I mean? At a big scale, guys like T.I., right? Where you kind of know what his setup looks like.
Yeah.
So even his music, you get that's a hustle, but you feel like you know the person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, we thought Jay-Z has it together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we thought like it's a
got
perfect setup.
It's a glass
You know what I'm
house.
saying? He's got the queen, he's the king, he's got a princess.
Chris Rock says a joke about that that incident. Is like, Solange hit the Blueprint 3 Jay-Z. She didn't hit the Blueprint Jay-Z.
Like, that's a second.
Yeah,
You
just
know?
like, this is a new guy that's just relaxed.
But can you see something about it? Exactly what you just shared. It wasn't the persona that he tried to give or tried to paint. It was the persona we gave him.
Right.
You know what I'm
Also,
saying? So that's
and
chill.
you can't control that as well.
That's chill. You can't control how people view you. You get what I'm saying? But now, if you paint a persona that my life is perfect, me and baby, you know, and then now we see,
hey,
you see what I mean?
And
That's
the
when it becomes
crazy thing
problematic.
with the AKA thing is, the day before, you see how they were living it up in Cape Town, partying,
bro.
And then this tragic.
And then what's
thing
crazy
happened.
is now you're seeing like, okay, you know when we saw them out,
Yeah.
probably the night before, things were being thrown. Like, like, you know what I'm saying?
You've got so much noise
so
in
much
your head.
noise in your head, like, whoa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also looking at the person you kind of thought he was, to say like, you wouldn't picture an AKA in that situation.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
But no one ever expects that situation. So let's also put that out there.
True. Nobody. But I'm saying, like, to think maybe he's in a toxic relationship where niggas are like bashing doors and like it's like, bro, I wouldn't even do that. Like, you know. But anyway, for me, it's like, it's a lesson for all of us, right? Like,
that's
big one.
Don't put yourself in those situations. That's a starting point.
I think especially as a man.
Especially right now. There's a lot of focus, rightfully so, on men, right? Based on historically how men have treated women in certain cases. Fair enough, right? So you have to be very careful and cautious and make sure like you maintain your peace and always be alert around yourself.
But the last thing that I will say in relation to this is I think, because the interviewer said, is there any chance that something may come out that contradicts your story? And that was
a
I feel like
question.
I fear for him if anything comes out that is contradictory to what he shared. So,
For me, I hope he's telling the truth. I hope there's nothing for his sake, right? Where it's like, okay, you didn't tell us most of whatever, but whatever you told us, I hope that story is what it is. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you do want justice to prevail. You know what I mean? But that was a bit.
And also, what I would like to add, I think also looking at the comments that the father made, right?
Yeah.
I think the most critical thing that I think maybe as an industry, what they need to address is substance abuse. Like,
that's a big thing, dude.
It's a huge.
We don't talk about it enough. We don't talk about substance abuse and you know,
it's been made to look
this guy.
cool,
I don't know if you know this dude. He's called Nota.
I don't know.
He's someone also quite famous in the industry, whatever, right? And he's very radical in his statements. Like, he just says it like it is, doesn't care, whatever, right? But he was making a valid point to say, when you look at, you know, how these artists and stars get to become these people, it's because once either they're chasing the money, right? So you're always around alcohol, you're always around drugs, and you are the machine for these things to sell, and you know what I mean? It's almost like exploitation, you know, by big corporates to push whatever agenda of, you know, and that's something that we need to address, right? Where, I mean, I've never seen a local artist that promotes milkshakes or healthy living in general. Like, there are a few in the entertainment space as a whole.
From an influencer.
But but like, artists who, like, you know, stand behind that brand, or I think we need more of that. Because think about it, dude. If all we're chasing is money, there is money to be made in the health space, like the healthier lifestyle, like
especially with people becoming more
know this, like, healthy living is now becoming fashionable. It's not becoming a cool thing.
It is.
So why do we still need to promote alcohol and cigarettes? And
don't worry, Derek, we are coming. You matter is coming, Baba.
So he's trying to do something in that space, right?
Yeah, man.
The workout.
We're not there. Yeah, we're not there.
Yes, you're a work in progress, like you're.
No, 100.
But I think that's kind of the shift we need to see as well. Because these guys are role models to a lot of people. Maybe to not people my age, but the kids are watching. And look how many people we've lost due to alcohol abuse, or people.
Even people close to us.
You get to cocaine, you get to this. It's a thing, right? And I think we expect more from
anyone with influence.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? And that's something I think needs attention. Like you said. That needs to be something that
really needs to be
so guys, I'm gonna take this to the next topic. Speaking to health. And Lance, you know you're our politician here. So we need you. We need you here.
Talk about
Let's talk about our health minister. Like,
what do you
say? The digital vibe scandal.
I know, like I heard something about COVID and some allegations.
So there was I think a tender that went out. For the digital vibes where people register and stuff like that. So I think he's been implicated in it going to his son or something like that.
Because apparently he was actually told. Because apparently he was told not to come to a parliamentary meeting.
On Friday. So
because of that.
So a lot of people are saying he's been compromised.
Hey, bro. Listen.
But I think also, like, with these positions, there's just so much responsibility that you have that when something goes wrong, or when you are associated with something of this
right.
I think you need to be very open and transparent about it. Like,
that's the thing. I think that's where our leaders messed it up, right? And not to say, because we don't know the full story, but just generally speaking, that, listen, because you're in a place of power and you can make certain decisions that favor you. Right? Remember, you're a servant to the public.
That's the first thing.
That's the first thing. So never put yourself in a place, because it's annoying, because it's something that happens with almost all our leaders.
I think that's where the problem is. The reality is that, like they always say, if you want to test a man, give him power. And I'm not talking necessarily to health minister. I'm just saying generally our leadership, and whether it be in the church, whether it be in politics, whether it be in company, in corporate, is we see these high positions as I now can
Now
flex
it's
my power.
my
Now
time
it's my
has
time.
arrived.
We don't see it as you're
It's
saying
like,
it. Like I'm here to serve.
Yeah.
And until that happens, we're always gonna have these type of situations.
Do you think that politics should be a well-paying career?
Whew. That's
I don't think it should pay as much as what they're getting right now.
Right?
yeah.
Because I think that's also and this goes beyond politics. This goes into like
Yeah.
religion and stuff like that, right? Where these things are lucrative financially.
Yeah.
So you don't know what this person's
And
What
intention
their
is.
agenda is.
Yeah.
Yes.
and
yes.
the reason behind it is is the fact that these guys are supposed to be of service.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're supposed to be of service. They're
If
not
you're
supposed to
earning-
be
if,
there.
if the cap is you're earning 20,000 rand a month,
Half of them will not be there.
do you see what I'm saying?
No, 100.
Like, and I think that's
100.
kind of
Do you know? I was actually talking about this with my dad. Apparently, they get $1 million a month, ministers, and then also the other thing is you
$1
got
million a
benefits.
month?
That's what my pops told me. Maybe I don't know if he's wrong, but I
No, but I know,
he's
the
about that
salaries are
life.
in the million, but
Yeah.
maybe not a month, but I know like
It's
per annum it's
yeah, per annum it's
And-
above that, something
But
like that.
the
Yeah.
other thing is benefits.
Yeah,
benefits
all the
of
benefits
sick-
around.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Malusi Gigaba one was the one that was there. Hey, I was like, gents, be careful
did you hear-
who you marry sometimes. Like,
1,000 for
But did you hear like how she's sort of undermined 3,000 rand? She said that she can't.
like, I
live.
can't do anything.
But,
Listen,
but the expectation for people to live off 350
Wow,
rand is,
wow.
that was quite
That's absolutely
entertaining in the
crazy,
sense that
yeah.
I was just like, bro, and we don't know the full story, so I don't want to get too
Yeah.
much into it. But I don't know how. Even let's say, bro, you and your woman break up, whatever reason,
yeah.
right? Now you and your woman are going into the public
Yeah.
to throw stones at each other. It's
You know,
ugly,
you know,
bro.
you know, you
It
know. I
is.
like what 50 said about the woman that you rock with is a reflection of you.
You.
So you gotta be careful. And dude, for me, like when you
And
hit
the
that
man
point
that you
of
rock
we
with.
need to be
Yeah.
careful. Are you hitting me hard? Because it's like I actually saw I was with my brother and he
Yeah.
went to go visit his chick.
Yeah.
He needed to pick up something or he was dropping something by her.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was just watching the interaction of how they were talking. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, the women I'm chasing here. No, and I realized that no,
Yeah.
actually you need to be very careful of who you've been chasing. And it was me, it was just a thing of I realized the type of women that I'm entertaining.
And I think it goes
I
beyond
should.
a woman men thing, right? It's generally who you know. It's nice and fun and games when things are there,
Yeah.
right? Money is there, champagne
It's
is
easy.
there.
It's easy.
You know,
Yeah.
things are flowing.
Yeah.
Everything's good. When all of that
Adversity.
is off the table now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
now I only have 3,000 that I can throw your way, right? Like,
But I feel as a man, you know that I've lost my woman. Honestly.
no, but I'm saying like you should have seen this before that, and you know what it comes with. Sometimes I think that's the thing. Like,
And you can,
we get so
I think
caught
you
up,
can
bro.
spot that.
No, but you
like,
dude,
you
wait.
know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
It reminds me of, remember Sarah from The Matrix?
yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
Neo fights him first. And
Yeah.
before they even say hello.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, Neo says,
You do not truly know someone until you fight them.
never truly know someone until you fight them. And so sometimes maybe there needs to be a bit of argument.
That's
deep,
That's
man.
deep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true facts. Because dude, if I was the former minister, right,
Yeah.
I should have known what is coming here. Like, okay,
Nice.
listen, I'm not gonna be in this position forever.
Can I
right?
play devil's advocate?
Yeah.
I just think that sometimes, we know,
Yeah.
but it's just a thing of
The moment.
points. Some points. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Hey, yeah,
That's a
we
risk
are
I'm
like
willing to
that.
Dude.
But haven't you seen that? That's what happens sometimes. Like, and not even to make it about them, right? But have you been with a girl, right, where you know this girl's not good for him,
Hey,
right? Like,
Derek, you're killing me.
no, think about it. Where you're like, you know she's not good for you, bro.
Yeah.
But you keep going back, right?
Yeah.
And your homies are like, my dog,
Just stop.
cut it
I feel
out.
like that's a sub at me.
I mean, bro?
Yeah.
But like, it's like, you know, like this is gonna end bad. Like I can see it. But you keep like, and I think that's what it is. Like, guys, we just have to be a bit more cautious, but I think long term.
You know what? I feel like this is such the perfect interlude to this next topic.
Yeah.
With Kim K and Kanye.
Whoa.
Because everybody was on that tip. I mean, your boy Jay and Beyonce are like, my nigga.
Like, you know, bro. Like, who didn't know? Who didn't know Kanye was setting himself up? Like, we all saw that. Like, dude, she's fine, enjoy. but
and I think a lot of niggas, or maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, I feel, were on that tip of, guy, we understand dating her.
Right.
But a whole marriage thing?
And that's the thing, bro. Like, you can even attest to this, right? It's like with certain, and I'm kind of spilling the game, right? But with certain partners, I don't want to make it about women generally, basically, but know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not supposed to. There's certain women or men you're not supposed to settle with, or have kids with, or have a family with.
But this is where
you know what I'm saying.
I'm so
Wham,
with
bam,
you.
thank you,
so
ma'am.
with you.
I'm out.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
I love the fact that you said partners because we're opening this up to both sexes.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it
and I
up,
feel like society doesn't give women enough credit.
Right.
Because I've been in situations where it's like, I know we're not serious. And you know these honeys, they don't let you know when it's over. They just stop answering the phone. And you're like, I thought we were still having fun. Like, is this it?
It out,
So honeys know that, okay, I'm not really into Aubrey like that. I'm not trying to be boyfriend, girlfriend with him.
Right.
And yeah, they'll let you know that, hey, guy, it was fun, but I'm off now.
And that's
you know
fine.
what I'm saying?
And that's fine. Like, because where it pisses me off is now you got kids in the equation, right?
Yeah.
That's
like now you're creating another whole cycle and generation of messed up kids where the dad is either not there or the mom is not there, and we need to stop that, man. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm out. Like, you know, and then she'll find the right guy to settle with, or he'll find the right person. But we need to stop that, and that's where mental health comes into play. Deal with these traumas that kind of get you confused sometimes, you know, where you have to know your worth, know what it is, manage your time accordingly. I like the statement that Joe Budden says, like time is your inventory.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to manage it like such.
Yeah, because...
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You're never getting it back, bro. This is the biggest asset you have as a person on earth.
Yeah.
It's a clock that can never reverse. So manage it as such. You know what I mean? Don't overinvest in things you're not supposed to invest in. And focus on...
But in fairness to them, when they were good for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
in what sense?
But that's every relationship, though.
No,
it's good when it's good.
It's good when it's good.
No, but like even with them, like even when they had...
Remember that Nas track? It was
No, but like if you look at basically when they sort of started their relationship, because she was married before, right?
Right.
And then she got out of that.
She was married twice before. Right?
Oh, she was married twice.
Yeah.
I forgot about the other one.
Yeah,
but she got married twice before.
Yeah.
She got out of
and the
that.
other ones who hit it first, like you
throw shade.
I just had to put it out there for contest's sake. But
you shady, man.
Yeah.
So she was married before, and then she sort of also grew.
Yeah.
Out of her shell. She started with her businesses, and she was doing well. Kanye was also doing well during that time. Clearly, billionaire right now. So when they were together, I would say they were good. Like, and we can't sort of now come and say, like this situation is some type of way because this is what happened.
So you were one of those who were thinking this might work.
I knew it wasn't going to work. Let me tell you how I knew.
I honestly thought it was going to.
I knew it wasn't going to work. Let me tell you why.
Yeah, let's see.
If you've noticed with Kanye West, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to say he's got multiple personalities, but he moves quickly in phases. Like he changes. He's not someone who's very consistent in terms of.
This is who he is.
He's someone who's very transparent and very open-minded and very. He's trying to learn and
he's
grow.
Evolving.
He evolves.
Yeah.
Right. And if you know, like Kanye West started back there, like he was first the college dropout kid, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then he got to this phase where he was exploring, right? And now he's got all the success. And then he was now into like porn and stuff like that. And you know what I mean?
I missed
and then,
that one.
And then he lost his
so
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he got to a point where it's like, okay, now, because you also have to remember, Kanye doesn't seem like he grew up as that confident kid that was very, he's somebody who developed into that based on his success. That's why he's very vocal about him being successful, because it gave him the voice that he didn't have before, right? So
I never thought of it like that. But that makes sense.
So with the so that's why he's very like random, like with the Bush whatever thing, right? With the
Taylor
Bush
Swift.
thing, with the Taylor Swift thing, and that, and then now he gets onto this Christianity thing that he's discovered, and it's like, wow. And now how does that tie with who I was before? So he kind of has to evolve, and that's why it was only natural that it wasn't going to work when I looked at it.
Yeah.
Like,
can I share my thing?
Yeah.
I just looked at it as two people who need to be the son. You get what I'm saying? There's nobody taking a backseat for the other. Just from what I'm seeing, I don't know them personally, obviously. And I've been, like, I'm a Leo.
Yeah.
So I know and I've dated a Leo as well. And you're like, somebody here needs to, for the sake of this to progress, somebody needs to just kind of take a backseat. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I didn't see it really mesh.
But was Kim not supportive in his?
No, I'm not saying.
She was. I think she was kind of supportive, I think.
Dude, I'm not saying
Every
she
interview.
wasn't. I'm just saying, this thing is a character thing, I think. It's not a thing of, I'm not trying to be supportive or I'm trying to make you small. It's a thing of, it's just the same thing like when you have someone in the relationship who's an extrovert and one who's an introvert. It works well because the extrovert is allowed to talk and have the moment, and then you as an introvert, you chime in and you support.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So that's just how I wasn't seeing it coming together.
But anyway, it is what it is, man. That's where they are. I think there's a lot of other stuff we'll talk about as we go on. But this was great, gents. Rest in peace, DMX.
Ooh.
I was kind of touched by that.
That's a huge topic.
We need to be picking next time. I mean, that's a whole other beast, right? But, this was great, y'all. This is the Dread Avenue podcast. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? We're gonna be posting a lot more content, in the coming weeks and months. So just go on this journey with us, right? This is always gonna get better and better.
Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride, man. Fellas, you feel me? Thanks to the crew behind the scenes. Huge, everybody appreciate it. So let's catch up next time. Cheers, guys.
Peace out.
Peace out.